Hi everyone, my name is Erin Elizabeth Warenberg. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today I'm going to be talking about why you don't need to prove that you are super deep or super aware of whatever thing you feel like you need to prove all the time. So first reason is, number one, it's not sustainable to exist like that. To only exist as one constant emotion or state of being or existence is just not sustainable. As humans, we are very complex, emotional, fluid beings, and we flow in and out of a lot of things. A lot of us have many different relationships in our lives that allow us to access all the different parts of us. And so if you constantly are acting like and feeling like you need to prove that you are a certain way all the time to everyone you meet, it can just come off as not sustainable, and it actually takes a toll on your physical and mental, emotional health, because you have to constantly be feeling like you're not enough, because that's the underlying lie of all that you're not enough, and you have to do this to constantly prove to yourself and to everyone around you, no, look at me, I can do it, I can do it. So it's just not sustainable or realistic. The second thing is proving according to who? Who do you have to prove this to? Because a lot of times it again comes from the underlying belief that I'm not enough according to myself, and so that comes out as no matter how many external people you prove it to, if you don't hold that belief about yourself, then there's no way, no matter how many people you prove or people see how much you are a certain thing, there's no way that you could ever actually feel okay and trusting that you are this certain emotion you're trying to prove, because you don't believe it yourself. So if you don't believe anything about yourself to yourself, then there's no way, outside validation cannot replace that. And then that's not saying once you do believe that about yourself that you don't need community and support, because everyone does, it feels great, but there's a difference between needing outside support and needing it as the only way to validate yourself. And then the third reason why it's not sustainable or helpful or not realistic to prove something about yourself to others is because this ties back to reason number one, how it's not sustainable. You can't give or be when you actually need to be a certain emotion if you're not at your personal best and you're not standing very firmly in your personal power of taking care of yourself. So if you're someone who feels you are of service to the world, or you need to create something for the world, or you need to be working with a certain population, or you need to just be giving back in that way and showing up in those ways, if you are constantly doing that work and not giving yourself any balance of break and rest and lightness, then you will get so burned out, and you cannot, again, it's not sustainable to exist like that, but you also can't give your personal best if you're overextending and overproving and overexerting yourself in all these ways that aren't sustainable for you. So just one thing I would suggest is, if you ever feel like you're slipping into this, like, oh my god, I have to prove everything to everyone, is just take a deep breath and say, I am enough how I am right now. And just affirm yourself, I am enough, I'm doing a good job, and just really reinforcing that positive self-talk and really kind of raising the mirror back to yourself and saying, okay, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this to prove something to someone else when I could rechannel my energy by feeling more confident in how I am right now. So that's it. Thank you for joining me this week. If you ever have any questions or want to find out more information about me, you can always go to www.erin-elizabeth.com. Thank you so much for watching, and you are enough. You're doing a great job.